We want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to join us at this year's Best of the Best virtual awards presentation occurring concurrently with DCA's annual fall conference.
This is definitely different, Tanya. There aren't 400 people crowded into a ballroom for a dinner with big checks that we would normally be presenting to communities from all around the state.
Because of the coronavirus, we have changed the way that DCA is recognizing communities this year. We have sought to highlight communities from around the state that have either undertaken or completed meritorious projects that are aligned with the theme of DCA's fall conference, collaboration, partnership, planning.
To do that, we will be highlighting several specific projects that are promoting ideals upheld by the department and the state as a whole. Those that are focused on collaboration, partnerships, and planning in a variety of categories. Something like the Academy Awards, huh?
Even though there isn't a red carpet or a step and repeat, we're excited to highlight activities in communities that have worked diligently to ensure that their community becomes stronger and more vibrant through partnerships, collaboration, and planning. In a short time that we have together, we hope to share some examples of how Georgia's communities have worked to better the lives and livelihoods of their residents.
And even though we don't have the opportunity to give each of you a big check tonight, we want to recognize recipients of financial awards from the agency as we go through the evening.
So without further ado, we have 8 categories to highlight this evening. Again, those recognized as the best of the best are a snapshot of a few communities doing great work throughout the state. So let's go ahead and jump into DCA's first ever Best of the Best.
And Tanya, since today is your birthday, why don't you kick things off for us with the first category?
The first category that we have tonight is Community Plan Implementation. Quality housing and neighborhood revitalization has been a community focus and has become evident in this Best of the Best recipients' community planning processes. Multiple activities to implement the vision and goals of the 2040 plan were completed, including neighborhood beautification, creation of a land bank, and improvement of housing conditions. The city used its Cdbg entitlement funds to create a green space between the Newtown neighborhood and a neighboring incompatible land use. A vegetative buffer was installed where 3 vacant, dilapidated buildings existed. The community also established a land bank authority, which adopted bylaws and initiated acquisition of 2 tracts. The city also continued its housing improvement initiative. In 2019, the code enforcement conducted sweeps in 5 target areas, including priority areas listed in their 2020 plan, and had inspections of 965 properties, noted over 2,700 violations, issued 1 citation, and achieved a 92% compliance rate with 120 remodels and 42 demolitions. Activities addressed multiple goals and policies outlined in the 2040 plan, specifically policies addressing quality and substandard housing. These activities illustrate how the city is working to achieve its vision of a quality living environment. Collectively, activities yielded success as numerous blighted properties were brought into compliance, neighborhoods were improved, access to affordable equity housing units increased, and community partnerships were strengthened. The city relies heavily on their comprehensive plan to successfully implement projects and goals that they have set for the community. Improving the community's housing has been a planning constant for some time. That they have made over the course of the past year are very significant. 3 primary goals that they have addressed through the housing improvement initiatives within their comprehensive plan were to provide quality, affordable housing, a suitable living environment, and expanded opportunities to principally benefit low and moderate income persons. Also, to improve public infrastructure, increase public safety, residential desirability, and quality of life in low and moderate income neighborhoods, strive to improve the quality of life for the citizens' extremely low to moderate income residents, and to engage in neighborhood revitalization activities, including rehabilitation of owner-occupied units, acquisition, and demolition of dilapidated housing, while improving but preserving neighborhood character. This year's Best of Best in Plan Implementation is the City of Gainesville.
Congratulations to the City of Gainesville. One of the areas that a lot of communities don't focus a lot of effort through their comprehensive planning process is in the realm of housing. Through its continued reflection back to the plan and implementing specific activities, the City of Gainesville is demonstrating this commitment to ensuring that the community's housing needs, and especially those of low and moderate income residents, are not only planned for, but advocated and undertaken to help build a stronger, more vibrant community.
Congratulations to the City of Gainesville for being recognized as the best of the best for community plan implementation this year. Rusty, will you identify other communities across the state who have demonstrated excellence in planning and implementation of those plans who earned the Plan First designation this year?
Absolutely. We have 10 communities who 2021 Plan First designation. They include 3 new designees, the City of Bainbridge, City of Cornelia, and the City of Sandy Springs, and 7 renewals, which include the City of Adel, Jones County, City of Perry, City of Thomasville, City of Tifton, City of Vienna, and the City of Woodstock.
Congratulations to all of our Plan First designees.
The second category we have this evening is broadband development. For several years, it has been obvious that access to broadband infrastructure is becoming more critical with each passing day. At DCA's 2019 Fall Conference, we highlighted the state's first broadband-ready community. Little did we know that less than 6 months later, the digital divide would command the attention of families, schools, and communities as in-person education was stifled by the COVID-19 pandemic and working from home became a necessity. The community highlighted for its commitment to broadband deployment as the best of the best is the state's first broadband-ready community, Oglethorpe County. Oglethorpe County has realized that the absence of reliable, high-speed internet access can be devastating for a rural community that has a small population and a large geography. But they specifically ask of themselves, what can we do about it? Community leadership made it a point to engage stakeholders from throughout the community to ensure that concerns and needs from education, healthcare, the business community, as well as the county's residents were considered as they developed the plan. Without unlimited financial resources, Oglethorpe County was still able to allocate several $100,000 to further this initiative. In addition to capital expenditures, the community identified leadership and a community champion to make sure that the broadband initiative was firmly evident in the community's vision. This year's Best of the Best in broadband development is Oglethorpe County.
Rusty, 3 things are evident in their approach. First and foremost, Oglethorpe County's leadership got behind the effort, and the community champion accepted the role of making broadband development a priority each and every day. Second, the community didn't accept that they didn't have the level of service that they wanted and needed. Like you said, they asked the questions of themselves, what can we do about it? And finally, they couldn't wait for someone else to solve their problem. They came up with several $100,000 and sought to partner with a private sector entity to enhance the existing network within the community. Congratulations, Oglethorpe County.
Since Oglethorpe County's designation, 9 other communities have earned the Broadband Ready Community designation. These include Banks County, the City of Claxton, the City of Dublin, Evans County, the City of Fitzgerald, Harris County, the City of Hiawassee, Lumpkin County, and the City of Woodbury. Congratulations to each of Georgia's broadband ready communities.
Last year, DCA introduced a new Cdbg innovative grant application. This new program was intended to enable and empower communities around the state to think outside the proverbial box to propose unique, innovative solutions to problems that would result in transformational changes, individual or a series of activities. This year's recipient of the Best of the Best Innovative Award sought to address a deteriorating corridor that runs from their downtown toward the interstate. Through the $2 million award that accompanied the Cdbg Innovation Program, this grant provides an opportunity for the community to address multiple concerns impacting the corridor and the community at large. This community's application focused on multiple activities that are necessary to improve the overall community. The project identified by the community will result in the city buying and reconstructing 7 dilapidated homes along the corridor, turning them into rental units managed by the local housing authority. It will also include working with local businesses and technical colleges to develop and implement a workforce training program in a building also located along the corridor, specifically focused on construction trades of carpentry, plumbing, electrical, and HVAC installation and repair industries. By focusing on holistic change along the corridor to solve multiple issues negatively affecting the community, the City of LaGrange is highlighted as the best of the best for its innovative solution created to address multiple problems impacting the community.
I hope everyone was able to see the City of LaGrange's presentation as part of DCA's fall conference on Monday afternoon. If you weren't able to, be on the lookout for this, as we will post all of the fall conference sessions online. This is a tremendous example of where a community recognizes that jobs, housing, education, and infrastructure are all related. In addition to all of the issues to be addressed through this project, the city demonstrated the need to incorporate more than a dozen partner entities and organizations to transform this corridor. But it all goes back to a plan that was put in motion several years ago. The City of LaGrange noted an issue affecting the community, brought partners to the table, developed the plan, and will soon see the vision becoming a reality. Congratulations to the City of LaGrange. We move on to the next category that we have this evening, which is historic preservation. Some of you may know that on July 1st of 2020, the Historic Preservation Division was moved from the Department of Natural Resources to the Department of Community Affairs. The opportunities created for collaboration and synergy between the existing DCA functions, combined with the work undertaken within historic preservation, are significant. As historic preservation is now part of DCA, we do want to recognize excellence in this area as well. If we go back a number of years, prior to the Supreme Court's Brown versus Board of Education decision, schooling of young African Americans often fell to a combination of local initiatives by their parents and funding from northern philanthropists. One such initiative was Fairview School, located in Cave Springs. The school began in 1924 with matching funding from Julius Rosenwald, the president of Sears, Roebuck and Company. Rosenwald funded hundreds of schools for African American students throughout the Southeast. With integration in the late 1960s, Fairview School was abandoned. The buildings comprising the campus were either demolished or simply rotted away until only one classroom building was left. In 2009, a descendant of the last principal of Fairview School, Joyce Purdue Smith, and several alumni rediscovered the remaining building, then largely obscured by kudzu. Creating the nonprofit Fairview E.S. Brown Heritage Foundation, they purchased the building in 2011, and that same year, the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation listed the school as one of its places in peril.
The City of Rome partnered with the E.S. Brown Heritage Foundation to sponsor a National Register nomination in 2015. In that same year, DCA's Historic Preservation Division awarded a grant to the partnership, who, with support from the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission, used the grant to fund development of a historic preservation plan. Both the National Register nomination and the preservation plan were developed under the leadership of architect Joe Smith of Arcolab Architectural Collaborative and his graduate students in the Historic Preservation Program at Georgia State University did much of the research and writing. Landscape architect Wes Riles of Smith Planning Group played a key role in the preservation plan. The nomination passed the Georgia National Register Review Board in 2016 and was listed by the National Park Service in the Register in 2017. A second 2017 HPD grant to the partnership funded development of architectural plans and structural stabilization. This grant was matched by an anonymous private donation local fundraising efforts, and donated labor. Full exterior restoration was subsequently completed. Today, the restored Fairview School classroom building is well on its way to becoming a community education center thanks to the partnership of the Fairview E.S. Brown Heritage Foundation, the City of Rome, the Northwest Georgia Regional Commission, many dedicated volunteers and historic preservation professionals, Georgia State University, the Georgia Trust for Historic Preservation, and the Historic Preservation Division. Congratulations to the Cave Springs community for the work done on the Fairview School, and it is recognized tonight as the best of the best as it combines planning, grant funding, National Registry listing, and community partnerships.
The following communities were recipients of certified local government grants over the past year for activities that range from creation of historic preservation design guidelines to completion of historic resources surveys and other activities. These recipients include the City of Avondale Estates, City of Brunswick, City of Hawkinsville, City of Richmond Hill, City of Savannah, City of Trenton and Dade County, City of Valdosta, and the City of Washington. Congratulations to these communities.
Over the course of the last year, 16 National Register for Historic Places nominations have been completed, granting permanent status for locations within these communities. Those areas officially receiving National Register designation include St. James Episcopal Church in Cedartown, Georgia Industrial Home in Macon, Sandersville High School in Sandersville, the Dixville Historic District in Brunswick, the Milner Walker House in Griffin, Briar Creek Battlefield in Sylvania, Edmund and Mildred Abraham's raised Tybee Cottage on Tybee Island, Cherry Grove Baptist Church Schoolhouse in Washington, an expansion of the Fort Frederica National Monument on St. Simon's Island, Napier Heights Historic District in Macon, and the remaining locations are in Atlanta. English Avenue School, Briarcliff Plaza, First Presbyterian Church of Atlanta, Manuel's Tavern, Westview Cemetery, and the White Street Retail Historic District.
Congratulations to each of the successful National Register nominations this year.
The next category that we have this evening is community housing. For several years, this city has made a concerted effort to help individuals ensure that within the communities they have access to safe, affordable housing. A catalyst for the effort was the community's participation in the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing, or GIC, from which they graduated about 4 years ago. This led to a community housing strategy being developed in response to identification of issues that needed to be addressed. Following their participation in the GIC program, the city worked with its regional commission to conduct a housing survey to geolocate the conditions of each residential unit within the city. Armed with this information, the city and their grant writer began pursuing both Cdbg and CHIP funding to improve housing conditions within the community. This year, they are recipients of both Cdbg and CHIP awards, which will continue to further their efforts within some of the highest priority locations. The city has also established a land bank and worked collaboratively with Habitat for Humanity to have property cleared and reconstructed by Habitat. Additionally, the city is looking to use the land bank to create additional economic opportunities for residents within those targeted neighborhoods. Further partnerships have included the city's working with the county on necessary infrastructure improvements within the target areas, as well as neighborhood cleanups that occur twice each year. The city has been proactive in its work with communities. Not only are they working with owners of heirs property, they're also doing extensive code enforcement in areas before they seek additional funding to address the housing concerns in the area. While it hasn't always been easy, the city made a concerted effort to educate the community about what they were trying to do before undertaking these projects. They realized that before members of the communities could fully embrace what the city was trying to accomplish, the residents had to understand how the programs would benefit them and not harm them. According to the city's community development director, their work to improve housing is one of the most important things we do here. This year's Best of the Best winner for community housing initiatives is the City of Perry.
Tanya, I have a few takeaways from the City of Perry. First, their GIC team is still active. Some of the original members remain, but others have come on board since that initial time, creating some new blood for the team, some new energy there. Keeping an active and engaged local team is critical to keeping that momentum moving forward in the planning process. And they also have a community champion who doesn't let opportunities pass by without speaking out for the need of affordable housing improvements within the city. That local leadership is critical to continue seeing the progress like what the City of Perry has experienced. So congratulations to Perry for your work in the realm of community housing.
Now let's recognize the communities that have been selected to participate in the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing beginning in 2021. This is a 3-year intensive undertaking where participant teams will be equipped and empowered to develop a plan for and address the housing issues confronting their communities. These teams must be broad-based and be comprised of individuals and groups who represent many facets of the community. Through a series of retreats, conferences, speakers, and webinars, participating communities can develop the knowledge within their team that will enable them to identify and implement creative solutions. The newest class of GIC participant communities includes the City of Blakely, the City of Calhoun, the City of Covington, the City of East Point, and the City of Jonesboro. Congratulations to these 5 communities as they begin their GIC journey next year.
Now let's recognize the communities that have received Community Home Investment Program, or CHIP funding over the past year. These communities include the City of Blakely, Covington Housing Authority, Dougherty County, Family Community Housing Association, Gwinnett Housing Corporation, JC Vision and Associates, City of Madison, New Foundations Development, Northwest Metro Atlanta Habitat for Humanity, City of Ocilla, City of Pembroke, City of Perry, and the City of Sylvester. Congratulations to each of these communities.
Emergency solution grants were awarded over the past year to provide street outreach, emergency shelter, rapid rehousing, homeless prevention, and related services to persons experiencing homelessness or in danger of becoming homeless. Recipients include the Athens Area Homeless Shelter, Battered Women's Shelter, Inc., Chattahoochee Valley Jail Ministry, Inc., Citizens Against Violence, Inc., Columbus Alliance for Battered Women, Inc., Covenant House Georgia, Inc., Decatur Cooperative Ministry, Inc., Faith in Rayburn County, Inc., the Fayette County Council on Domestic Violence, and the Georgia Mountain Women's Center, Inc.
Other emergency solutions grantees include Habersham Homeless Ministries, Harmony House Domestic Violence Center, Inc., Homeless Shelter Action Committee, Inc., Inner City Night Shelter, Inc., Lowndes Associated Ministries to People, Inc., Must Ministries, Inc., Nicholas House, Inc., North Georgia Mountain Crisis Network, Inc., Northeast Georgia Council on Domestic Violence, and the Northwest Georgia Family Crisis Center, Inc.
And we wrap up these awards with Open Arms, Inc., Safe Harbor Children's Shelter, Inc., the Salvation Armies in Albany, Athens, Augusta, Brunswick, Gainesville, Griffin, Macon, Rome, Warner Robins, Valdosta, the Bridge of Tipped Area, Inc., the Center for Family Resources, Union Mission, Inc., Vision 21 Concepts, Inc., William S. Davies Homeless Shelter, Inc., and the Women in Need of God's Shelter, Inc.
Now we will move into our Emergency Solutions Grant Supportive Service grantees. These include Advantage Behavioral Health System, Athens Area Homeless Shelter, Chattahoochee Valley Jail Ministry, Inc., Decatur Cooperative Ministry, Inc., Hearts to Nourish Hope, Homeless Resource Network, Homeless Shelter Action Committee, Lowndes Associated Ministries to People, Inc., 9th District Opportunity, Inc., Safe Harbor Children's Shelter, Inc.
And we conclude with Salvation Armies of Albany, Athens, Gainesville, Macon, Warner Robins, and Valdosta, and the South Georgia Partnership to End Homelessness.
Congratulations to all of these recipients. The next category that we have this evening is Regional Economic Development. Several years ago, discussions began by one county seeking to determine the feasibility of them being the fourth county to join an existing three-county regional development authority. The three counties had been partners in the authority for several decades and had each contributed financially to purchase property for a joint industrial park while entering into a revenue sharing agreement. There wasn't really a specific need identified where the three counties would want to consider adding another county to the partnership. The discussions to add the fourth county didn't immediately result in an expanded partnership. Actually, it took several years to get to the point that the timing was right for all parties. Over time, however, the four communities began seeing their common needs. The county wanting to join the authority without having to spend down their reserves or commit future funding in order to buy their way into the authority. Instead, a collaborative spirit prevailed and allowed the four counties to unite under the Regional Development Authority. The fourth county transferred 58 acres within its 350-acre industrial park to the regional authority as its financial contribution. Furthermore, the authority and the railroad collaborated and agreed on terms for the construction of a rail spur into this industrial park, which provides benefit to the Pierce County Industrial Park property, as well as the property now jointly owned by the Regional Development Authority. These four counties include Appling, Bacon, Jeff Davis, and now Pierce County. They worked together to develop joint marketing efforts, identified infrastructure needs to enhance the usability of the park, and collectively pursued funding for infrastructure improvements. This project builds on the adage of where there's a will, there's a way to work together. In spite of challenges that might have prevented them from working together, these four communities that make up the Southeast Georgia Regional Development Authority are recognized as this year's best of the best for their regional efforts to promote economic development throughout Georgia.
I love the fact that even though there wasn't cash to pay their way into the regional authority, the community understood what it did have and sought ways to take advantage of the asset they possessed to achieve a greater goal. And kudos to the other three counties for grasping the benefits of using the tools and resources that you collectively had to better the recruitment opportunities for the region. In announcing this award, DCA's Commissioner Christopher Nunn stated that regional thinking and investment are keys to economic prosperity, especially in rural parts of the state. Congratulations to the Southeast Georgia Regional Development Authority.
Now we'll move into some financial awards for economic development throughout Georgia through our Appalachian Regional Commission, or ARC program. Awards have been made over the past year to Bartow County, the Dahlonega Downtown Development Authority, Elbert Memorial Hospital, City of Lafayette, and the City of Rockmark.
The Georgia Equity Program also provides funding for economic development projects within rural Georgia. Recipients of funding under this program this year have included Banks County, the City of Blakely, the City of Cordele, Dublin-Lawrence County Development Authority, Joint Grady County Development Authority, the City of Lyons, Southeast Georgia Regional Development Authority, the City of Thomaston, the Development Authority of Walton County, and the Worth County Economic Development Authority.
Congratulations to all of these recipients.
The next category that we have this evening is downtown development. In 2017, DCA and the Georgia General Assembly worked to establish the Rural Zone program, which affords 3 potential layered tax credits to serve as a catalyst to develop within the downtown area of some of Georgia's smaller communities. The first group of communities designated under the program began in 2018 and are now almost 3 full years through the program. As we highlight the best of the best, we have to discuss a community who has not taken this designation for granted and has truly sought to ensure that the designation serves as a shot in the arm for revitalization of its downtown area. Within weeks of being designated as a rural zone, the community's leadership had brochures printed and was meeting with individuals and groups throughout the community to promote this new incentive. From meetings with banks to real estate offices to local civic organizations, this community didn't look at the opportunity passively, but actively promoted to everyone they could so that the benefits could be understood within the business community. From the program's inception until present, the community is aware of several dozen projects that have taken advantage of at least one of the 3 potential credits under the program. In the first 2 years of the program, the community has seen at least 17 buildings being acquired, 16 buildings being renovated, and at least 77 new jobs being created, and several $millions of new private investment within the downtown area. At the same time, vacancy rates within the zone decreased from 22% down to 16%. This year's Best of the Best recognition for downtown development is the city of Bainbridge.
Tanya, what is evident from this story is that local leadership is critical to success within communities. DCA and others can help by providing some tools to help strengthen a community, but the real commitment must come from within the community itself. In the story of Bainbridge, the local Main Street program and the local government took the lead and championed this effort. They had buy-in from the local banking community, which is the private sector, who participated in a challenge that raised $23,000 that helped undertake blight removal and beautification in the downtown area. You didn't mention this, but the city knows of over $500,000 in tax credits that have been claimed through the Rural Zone program in just the first 2 years. That's real money returning to those who are helping to revitalize the downtown through investment and job creation. Congratulations to the City of Bainbridge for the successes they have demonstrated through the use of this tool.
For 2021, we have 10 communities receiving designation as rural zones. We look forward to seeing their commitment to achieve similar successes in their communities. The rural zone communities whose designation begins on January 1st, 2021 include the City of Colquitt, City of Donaldsonville, the City of Hawkinsville, the City of Hiawassee, the City of Leesburg, the City of Moultrie, the City of Stone Mountain, the City of Thompson, the City of West Point, and the City of Woodbury.
Congratulations to each of these new rural zone communities. Sometimes needs arise and unique solutions must be found for them. Within South Georgia, a need arose that affected multiple counties. The need was to provide a facility to serve victims of sexual assault and domestic violence from the four counties in the Tift Judicial Circuit: Tift, Irwin, Turner, and Worth. Ruth's Cottage and Patty Cake House had been meeting that need since 2002, but they were in multiple locations around Tift County. The fact that they were operating 4 facilities, not ideally suited to meeting the needs of the victims that were being served, prevented operational efficiencies as well as safe, comfortable facilities for their clientele. The Tift County Board of Commissioners applied for Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG funding, in 2018, which served as the catalyst for expanding the facility to serve more victims from the 4 communities. This publicly owned facility, operated by the local nonprofit, serves as a haven for those seeking shelter to get away from domestic violence circumstances, as well as a safe place for victims of sexual assault to receive much needed services. Through the community's vision and its financial partnership with other communities, CDBG funds were paired with generous donors and other financial contributions from the likes of the other participating counties, several cities, the Tift Regional Health System Foundation, the Tift Regional Health System Board, Stafford Development, and many more. The new facility combined 4 locations and put them under one roof. According to the nonprofit's executive director, this activity allowed for the doubling and enhancing of capacity for emergency shelter and family violence victims. Congratulations to Tift County for being recognized as the best of the best for their partnership with the communities within the judicial circuit, as well as Ruth's Cottage and Patty Cake House, to meet the needs of a vulnerable part of the community.
This project wasn't necessarily easy for the communities to come together and do. But what makes this project stand out is the fact that multiple communities, the court system, and numerous community partners worked together to devise a plan that could assist individuals in a time of crisis and need. The City of Tifton and Tift County committed to see this project to fruition. There were undoubtedly other projects that could have resulted in successful grant applications being funded, but this approach resulted in a truly impactful project to potentially change the outlook of community residents for years to come. Congratulations to Tift County and the surrounding communities for being recognized as best of the best for community development.
58 communities were recipients of Community Development Block Grant, or Cdbg grants this year to complete community development projects within their jurisdiction. These recipients include City of Ambrose, City of Attapulgos, Berrien County, City of Boston, City of Byron, City of Cairo, City of Camilla, Chattooga County, City of Chester, Clay County, City of Colquitt, City of Cordele, Crawford County, Crisp County, City of Cuthbert, City of Damascus, City of DeSoto, City of Dexter, City of Douglas, City of Eatonton.
Other Cdbg recipients include the City of Ellington, Emmanuel County, the City of Fitzgerald, City of Fort Gaines, Glasscock County, City of Griffin, Hart County, the City of Hawkinsville, Heard County, the City of Iron City, City of Ivy, City of Jackson, City of Jessup, Lawrence County, the City of Lilly, Long County, the City of Lyons, City of Millen, City of Monroe, and the City of Montezuma.
More Cdbg recipients include the City of Ocilla, Oconee County, City of Omega, City of Pembroke, City of Perry, Pierce County, City of Rail, City of Sasser, City of Shellman, City of Shiloh.
And to round out this year's Cdbg recipients, we recognize the City of Social Circle, the City of Sycamore, the City of Tinnell, the City of Thompson, Tift County, the City of Tifton, Toombs County, and the City of Warrenton. Congratulations to each of this year's Cdbg recipients.
And we have 4 communities who have received funding from our Employment Incentive Program, which comes from our Cdbg dollars each year. Those recipients over the past year have been Bacon County, Lowndes County, the City of Lyons, and the City of Offerman. Congratulations to these 4 communities. Alongside our Cdbg awards, 7 communities earned Revitalization Area Strategy designations. These include the City of Camilla, City of Eatonton, City of Hawkinsville, City of Noonan, City of Ocilla, City of Perry, and the City of Warrenton. Congratulations to all of our financial award winners, as well as our designees over the course of the past year.
Congratulations for all the excellent work of all of our communities across the state of Georgia.
Tanya, 2020 has been an interesting year. We have seen lots of challenges that communities and organizations within the communities have had to face and address. And what we've seen is continued collaboration and continued partnerships that have made great strides in spite of everything that's going on this year.
That's absolutely right, Rusty. And DCA could not be prouder of the work that's being done across the great state of Georgia to continue building strong, vibrant communities.
Hopefully in 2021, we get to do this face to face. But until that time, we want to encourage everyone to continue doing the great work that they're doing, continue partnering with all of the nonprofits and the cities and counties around you and the private sector to achieve these great successes. At this time, we thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for your commitment to ensuring that strong, vibrant communities are what we focus on each and every day throughout this state.
Thank you, and have a good evening.